Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And the nightcap to a busy Sunday has begun. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Throwing from the pistol, Penix. Going deep right away. This is brought in at the 15. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Robinson can't push it across. They make the stand, and it looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time. Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Penix here from the gun. Touchdown, Atlanta! So we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Trying for it with Penix. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. To kick it away, here's Pinion. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And his choice to leave the end zone going to cost him a small chunk here as he's out shy of that 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. Finds his man Rice. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Finds his man Gray. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
24-yard gain on the play. First down.
Yellow. Hey, Sunday.
Again, Mahomes to throw. Pacheco hauls it in. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. A.J. Terrell making that stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. A couple of yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're up against it here on 4th down. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. It's about 43 yards for it. Up and good from Blankenship. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready? Check. Hurt. Ready?
From the shotgun, Penix. Got a man, it's Drake London. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
Warriors 70.
On 1st down, here's Penix. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and it's going to be 2nd down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
2nd and 10, Penix to throw. And it looks great flying through the air, Bronk, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here we go, shot.
3rd down, it's Penix. That's caught for the 1st. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Penix on 1st down. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons get 6 more on their early advantage. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Falcons drive their lead to 11. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Hey, 43, 43, 15.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On the move, headed right. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up 4th and long.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
They're going for it with Mahomes. He connects downfield on 4. What a play to beat the defense on 4th down. It's 23 yards and a first. Throwing again, Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Play made there by Clark Phillips. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Play off. That one's cut along the left sideline. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stoppage. Second quarter about to get underway, and an opportunity to score here for the Chiefs. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. A counter give here to Pacheco. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Man in motion here. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. He's got the first down grab and still going. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. He lets one fly deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. Pitts with a touchdown. His third through the air this game. Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons drive their lead to 11. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Attack!
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs make it a 1-score game in the first half. Travis Kelce the touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Hey, check that. Street. Set. 18, Pioneer.
To the air with Penix. Rolling left, buying some time. He's on the move. Broke through the tackle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Flush down out to his left. As the open man downfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This play goes for 36, and the Falcons will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons now lead by 10. Drake London with a touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play. They just exposed them.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. He gives it Pacheco to start the drive. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Throws knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
So no return on that punt. And the Falcons will take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
He put everything he had into this one. Big gain downfield. And he rips off a huge chunk of yardage before finally being brought down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play, but defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, you got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Escapes the pocket. Throwing, that's complete inside the 35-yard line. Give him 32 on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Penix now on 1st down. He sends this one to the end zone. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Come on, set. 79 Broncos.
Penix here from the gun. Pass is caught. That's Darnell Mooney. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their 1st. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Here we go, set. 19 tight, go.
Play action. Here's Penix. And he's got it. That's a way out for it, but touchdown. The Falcons boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Coup on now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And And the Falcons push their lead to 18. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. Into the red zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs chop some of the lead off before the half. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs make it an 11-point ball game. Butker on now to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Trying for the deep ball. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Able to hit Robinson, complete. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. He's on the move. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at midfield. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Falcons will have a 1st. Penix. Getting out to his left. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On 1st down, here's Penix. Throwing deep towards the end zone. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Nick Bolton has it. And the Chiefs get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he's down inside the 35 before going out. They get 35 out of that one. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Back to throw it. He's looking deep once again. They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Chiefs watch as the return goes out of bounds, bringing us to the end of our 1st half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Yellow, yellow. Hey, yellow, hey, go.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. He's got to gain a 6 there. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 4. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Third and short. Here's Mahomes. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Picked off by Divine Diablo. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
That one's incomplete over the middle.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Escapes out to the left. Got a man, it's London. And they get this down to the 28. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Penix on 1st down. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Chiefs are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
A 2nd down throw for Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. Now here he goes down the right sideline. Travis Kelsey. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs parlay the interception into points. Travis Kelsey, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Rolling left, buying some time. That one's complete over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Penix working from the gun. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. That throw intended for Drake London. So that brings up second down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Flush down now to his left. He takes it himself. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's keeping it again. And they take him down right along the 30. And after the play, one of the Falcons still out there injured. So we'll get a brief stoppage here as they check on him. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First. Say hot. Yellow. Wait, hot.
First throw for the backup now. Finds his target, Robinson. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Oh, he loses the football. Oh, and they get it back. The play's still alive. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And now it'll be 3rd and goal.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
On 3rd and goal, it's Cousins. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Some guys, you just have to account for them, especially middle linebackers. I remember Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, it just felt like their presence took up the entire field. In this...
Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. Catch is made near the marker. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
Well, clearly the defense did not go all in on the block right there, and fortunate for them, because it allowed them to pivot when they saw the fake, and they stay in position to defend it beautifully.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Second down now, 7 to go. Back to the well again. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Forced out to his right. He's got the ball on the sideline. Ooh, difficult play, small gain, but it counts. First down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A give right side. Here's Pacheco. A lot of grass ahead. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
They'll send him over right. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. They cross the 40 on a nice run. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a lead just before the end of the third. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His third through the air this game. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs push their lead to 3. Butker on now to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
19 Lions. Get up. Get up.
Penix here from the gun. He's on the move. Now we'll try a deep shot down the left side. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They're set up at the 35 now.
Here we go, set.
Penix now on first down. Throw reeled in by London. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out. Halfway to the marker. It's second and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
And
Second and 5.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Penix now. He connects with his back deep down the middle. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And again, it's Penix. And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons take a fourth-quarter lead. Drake London with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Yellow.
They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
A second down run by Pacheco. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Back to throw Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Intended target there was Xavier Worthy. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Now, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3 and out.
43! 43!
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
2nd and 10 now. Coming in the goal line. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. As he nabs another touchdown, Brock. I gotta ask you, the former QB, is this the point where all the other guys who haven't scored or only have 1 touchdown today are coming over you and saying, bro, why aren't you looking for me? Throw me the football.
They may be saying it, but it's a little more of a look, Kate. Like, really? I mean, can I eat too? Do I get an opportunity to sit at the table? But when you got the rapport these two have right now and the confidence and the timing, boy, you look him up every chance you get.
Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He's going to push one deep down the... Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jordan Fuller comes up with it. And the Falcons are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right, just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Falcons will have a 1st. Again, left side. Here's Robinson. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a 1st for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Another carry for Robinson. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. That throw is looking for Kyle Pitts. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Ready, go!
Shotgun snap, a gift to Robinson. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10.
That's another Falcons.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Here we go, sack.
Has it at the 7. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Robinson will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. The Falcons nearing a victory as he drops to a knee.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to...
So the Falcons earn the win in this one. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining unbeaten teams across the NFL as they're now up to a